So we're looking at a functions question. We are given two functions. F of x is equal to 8x plus 4, and g of x is equal to x minus 5 all over 2. The first thing they ask us to calculate is the value of g of 2/5. All right, so let's rewrite the function that we're going to use. If we need to find g of 2/5, that means we're going to be using the g of x function. So we have g of x is equal to x minus 5 all over 2. All right? Now they want us to find g of 2 over 5. Notice something here. They've replaced the x. They're asking us to replace the value of x as what? 2 over 5. Notice that? Okay, which means in place of x on the right-hand side, we're going to put 2 over 5. It's going to be 2 over 5 minus 5 all over 2. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, oh boy, fractions again. All right, let's make this simple. Because you're going to have a calculator in the exam. So let's use a calculator. Now, I'm sorry that I'll be using this fancy calculator. I can't find my regular one for some odd reason. So let's just go with this. So we're looking at 2 over 5, 2/5, minus 5, that's at the top, divided by 2 at the bottom. Now, the first thing you should always do is figure out how to use your calculator. Okay? And that might be a bit of a problem here because I am still trying to figure out where are my fractions on this. I had not used this in about 5 years, so. All right, now we can do it the long way, but we're not about that life. So, okay, so I should have done more research. I don't remember that, but we're gonna do it the other way. 2/5 is 2 divided by 5, right? 2 divided by 5 is 0.4, good. And then we're going to subtract 5. So minus 5 equals negative 4.6. So that means at the top we have negative 4.6 divided by 2. So I'm not going to punch in divided by 2. And we have negative 2.3. Now, unless they specifically say that your answer needs to be given in a fraction, well, hey, decimals work. All right. Now they asked us to write an expression for gf of x, okay? So I'm going to rewrite the functions over here. F of x is equal to 8x plus 4, and g of x is equal to x minus 5 all over 2. Now they want us to find gf of x. Notice something here. They've combined the functions. So I'm going to throw in something here, some brackets. That means they want us to take f of x and put it inside of g of x, because f of x is inside, on the inside here. Okay? So wherever there's an x or g of x, we're going to put the f of x function. So f of x function into the g of x function. And that gives us what? In place of the x here, minus 5, I'm going to put, let me use a different color, 8x plus 4, right? That's my f of x function, minus 5 all over 2. So in place of the x, we put the f of x function. And let's simplify. So we can just remove the brackets here. 8x, because we're not multiplying by the minus 5. If we're multiplying, that would have been in front, or we would have had a multiplication sign somewhere. Okay, so 8x plus 4 minus 5 all over 2. We can simplify these two terms here. Should have used a brighter color. Yep. Yeah, let's just talk about these here. Right here. So you have $4. And, well, first, let's put back the 8x, okay? And then you have $4, but you need to pay $5. That means you're going to owe $1 all over 2. We can leave it like this, or we can even simplify it further, right? And divide 2 into each of these. So 28 was what? 4 times. We have 4x. But here, we're going to have minus 1/2. So either of these are acceptable. Okay. And the last part is going to ask us to find the inverse of the function f for f inverse of x. So let me rewrite what f of x is. So f of x is equal to 8x plus 4. Okay. So there's a process a professor taught me. Okay. It's called LIT. L-I-T. Okay. We're not talking about a party here. So L is going to be let y equal the function. Let y equal the function. So we have here y is equal to 8x plus 4. Then I will represent interchange x and y. Fancy words for saying exchange them. Where you have an x, put the y, and we have y, put the x. That's simple. So we have here now x is equal to 8y plus 4. That's all. Yeah, fancy way for saying that. And then the last one, t, transpose to make y the subject. Okay? I apologize for the street noise. So let's rewrite this. X is equal to 8y plus 4. Right? We need to make y the subject. So let's do some transposing. All right. That means we're basically going to move everything away from the y to make y the subject. Y being the subject means that we want to get y on one side of the equal sign by itself. That's all. So we're going to move everything else away. First thing we're going to move is the plus 4. So if we were adding 4 on this side, we take this across and we're going to do the opposite. All right. Now I know there's a lot of fancy terminology, but I'm going to just keep it as layman's term as possible. So we have x minus 4 is equal to 8y. Right? Now, this 8 is attached to the y by what? Multiplication. Because this is 8 times y gives you 8y. All right. So what's the opposite of multiplied? Dividing, right? So to carry this over, we got to divide by 8. And that is going to be x minus 4 all over 8 is equal to, oops, okay, is equal to y. And that's it. So now we can just rewrite as f inverse of x is x minus 4 all over 8. Ta-da, you're done.